Hi, everyone, and welcome back to You Remind Me with Marcus. And it's just me this week. You've only got me, guys. Yes, sorry. Perry is feeling a little bit under the weather on the day of filming, so I took it upon myself and said, I'll do the filming myself. So I am gonna see what comes out. And then we'll go from there. So, to start off with, as we do, as always, how our week has been. So, my week this week, oh, it's so weird, like not having Perry here or someone like taking in my week. Where I'm like, oh, blah, 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 you know me. I love a chat. I love a chat. But it's just nice to have Perry there to chime in and be like, rah, 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 bam, bam, bam. So you are missed, Perry. You are missed. But, right, my week. I started off with, as I said last week, you know how I was saying about finding a new agent and stuff like that. It has been still ongoing. And like, when I said about believing in yourself, and yes, like, I think I went into, not I think actually, I did. I went into every meeting and I was just myself, and I had that belief, like saying, believe in myself, and just talking about what I want and what I want in my next steps in my career and stuff like that. So, from all of that, I have had about eight meetings, and every single one of them have offered me. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I shouldn't be holding face. Like, I don't know if you can hear me, but I was holding face then. And then if you see this online, you'll see it that I was holding face. But yes, it's crazy. I am like, wow, yes, Marcus, you've got this. You have got this. And then now it's the choice of, I've got to make the choice. I said, oh my God. And like, Perry knows how hard it is for us to make choices, although I am the one who actually makes the choice in the end. But this is a different kind of choice. And I'm like, am I going to make the right choice? And then people say, go in with your gut. So I've gone in with my gut, and I do have one that my gut was screaming at the end. But then I had more I was gonna say interviews. Then it is an interview, isn't it? It's like a meeting, another meeting, and then I was like, "Oh, is my gut right?" But no, my gut was like ringing, ringing, ringing for this certain one. So I'm like, "Do I go for that?" But then I'm like, "Oh, if I say no to these ones, what happened?" But it's what if? I can't be living on this what if. I just need to go with my gut. So I just want to know: do people like when they go for their go with their gut? Is it always the right decision? That's a good question, actually. Like, going with your gut, is it always the right decision, or does it not go the way that you always find it's gonna go, if you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I had eight. mm, I want to say interviews. I don't want to say interviews. I'm not interviewing them. They're not interviewing. Well, we are kind of in meetings, and they all went very, very well. But like with me as a person, I am always sorry, sirens as always. Bloody sirens, if you can hear it. Me as a person, I now feel like I want to work quick because I like that. I like to get stuff done, if you know what I mean. Like, I hate that waiting around, and I hate making people wait around because that's what I do in my career. I'm forever waiting around. So if there's something that I can do quickly, is get this done. But this is kind of hard, and I want to make the right decision for this. So I am going to sleep on it this evening, and then in the morning I need to be like, right, because I just want to hit the ground running. And this is my motto at the moment. I just want to hit the ground running in this new agency who is going to push me and make me this. Well, we're just going to collaborate so well together that it's just like a match made in heaven, sweetheart. So that is how I started off my week, with a lot of meetings, a lot of meetings this week, actually. I think this week has been 4 meetings I had this week, and it's hard because you sometimes you have a meeting which is on the same street as them, but then they've said, "Oh, come back the next day," and I've tried to make it like, "Oh, I'll meet this one, then that one," and then but it's schedules, isn't it? It's always people's schedules. But yeah, that is all good. And then this week, actually, I did. If anyone follows me on TikTok, I did put up on TikTok. Do people talk to themselves? And when I mean the influx of people who talk to themselves. I thought, well, not, I didn't think I was the only one who did that, but like I do that. Like talking to myself, like, for example, would be right. I would be walking in the road and be like, right, I need to get this done, that done, or thinking about something and being like, this, or like, oh, I don't know, like, I just do talk to myself. And I do find sometimes when I'm around people, they're like, oh, what did you say? I was like, I was just talking to myself because I just mumble it kind of, and I think I did that the other day and they were like, oh, what was that? I said, oh, no, I'm just talking to myself. The look I got. I said, well, you must think I'm mad, sick, head, no good. But no, yeah, the influx of people. But one lady was like, she said, what did she actually say? Oh God, off the top of my head, she was like, yeah, I used to talk to myself, or I talked to myself, and then I got section, and I don't know why I found it so funny. Because I said, you talk to yourself that much that you got to the point of being sectioned, where we're just like having little things. But I'm guessing, yeah, you're doing it. It's another thing, but it doesn't. I don't even want to get into that because it could be something more than what. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, and then it's so nice. Like, people can really read people and see their authenticity, like what they are like just from a video. Because there was another like comment. Someone was like, I can just this is off topic, but I can just see that you are a lovely, kind, l- whatever it was, loads of these words, kind, lovely, da 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 da, kind of thing. You see how I can't take a compliment. I can't remember all the things that the girl said, but yeah, she's just. I could just see that you were like, and I said, oh my god, I did a little video back, and I said, oh thanks, love. And I said, oh thanks, you're so kind. But yeah, it was just a nice little thing. Just, I guess we all talk to ourselves, don't we? Chatting away. So what else did I do this week? I did write down a little something that I want to ask Perry, just because I feel like everyone still is getting to know Perry. Like, we want to delve in more with him, don't we? We want to know what ticks him off. So I think that's what I'm going to ask him next week. Like, what pisses you off? And he might be like, nothing really pisses me off because we both kind of live the same kind of not kind of life, but we're just kind of like there's no well, I definitely am like, there's no reason to get pissed off, and I have never had a fight or anything like that. I could be argumentative, like sometimes if I know that I'm in the right, I will fight my corner where you kind of get hot headed. But yeah, I just wanted to know a little bit more about Perry. I think as he likes to bring games on here, so I said, let me bring a little game to get to know him. Even though we did this, I think it was like a couple of seasons ago, but I just want to for everyone to get to know Perry again. Because I feel like you know me too well. I'm just telling you all my business and everything. Yes, and then another thing this week that I did another video actually, and I said I wanted to burst into tears this week, but I stopped myself from doing it because I was too busy. And a lot of people were like, you're never too busy to burst into tears, which I understand, but you know, when you just don't have the time to be emotionally unstable at that present second, because I know, you know, when you can feel that it's going to be a big, ugly cry and you're gonna be unconsolable, and I just had to stop myself where it is a bad thing, and I know in hindsight I look back and I'm like, I should have just let it out and maybe been late for what I needed to do, but no, I had to be on time for the stuff that I needed to do, so I had to just pause that. So I'm still due a cry, which I keep saying I'm always due a big cry, because I would say I'm an emotional person, but not, I kind of have my dad side of stuff where it's that manly keeping it to yourself, that kind of thing. But then I do have an openness about me where am as open as I can. Well, I am very open with all my friends. I would tell people how I'm feeling, what's going on. So it's just that juxtapose, isn't it? Like, oh, it's one of those things. I should have just cried, basically, and let it out instead of harboring it up until now. Still haven't let the thing out. But yeah, one of the things I spoke to my uncle and he said to me actually, he was like, next time just let it out and then go and look at yourself in the mirror and see how ugly you cry. And no, actually, I said, well, if I look in the mirror, I'll see how ugly I cry and then I'll stop crying. So then that defeats the object. So yeah, we had a little laugh and it's just nice. We just try and laugh about things because we've gone through so many things. This is my uncle who is my mum's brother. So we've gone through a lot of family stuff. So to just be able to laugh with each other is just golden. And I do find myself, I have been very more so family orientated and I make the effort now where before when my mum was around it obviously you go home to see your parents and then you wouldn't really see your uncle like I would see them as well but no I make a fact of I'm home and like I went home this weekend actually and I said, "What are you doing this evening?" And I was round his house. We had two drink, yeah, chilled out, just spoke and talked and finding out his political views and stuff like that. No big things, about political views and all this kind of thing. And I said, "Wow." Like sitting down and just getting to know someone as an adult is different from when I was a child and he was still an adult. And do you know what I mean? There's a different respect that we both have for each other now, where before it was I just saw it as me uncle. I have to, do you know what I mean? You respect. I still respect him. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, he's just yeah. I do highly rate it. It's just so nice to like make the effort, but then it's on the other hand, I keep saying this actually. From sorry to bring in the whole well, I'm not actually sorry because this is my story. So from going through the period of well, I'm still mourning, but from going from the period of my mum passing until she had her celebration of life is when everyone is around and calling off your phone, doing this, doing that, for it to just stop immediately, and it did stop immediately after I we had the celebration of life is more of a kick in the teeth than having people around because that is the time is after the celebration of life is when you want people around you. You want people calling you. You want people asking how you are because that is when you don't have anything to do but to be in your feelings. Because I had so much to do in that period of time, which I would say was just over a month because you have to book in dates, you have to get this done, you have to make sure the hall's available on that day, blah, 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 blah. And all of this takes time. So these are the times now. It has been, so she passed in May 2024. So it has been just, no, not even 18 months yet, just coming up to 18 months. So it's still fresh. Yeah. So these are the times when I just want people to call me and like, yeah, it is now. Like, call on me, text me. I can't be doing it all on my part all the time. It does get a little bit exhausting, and then I become unwilling to even text because I say, I am always the one doing it, always doing it, kind of thing like that. And it did make it apparent because one of my cousins came over who I think I saw her when my mum passed, but I can't quite remember. And she was like, I'm so sorry because I've not seen her since. And then she made the effort. She came round, only saw her for a little while, but like being very apologetic. And it's like, that's fine. Be apologetic. I love that. I just prefer now that we've reconnected. So let's not lose that connection. This is what I want to keep is that connection. It doesn't matter about you wasn't there for me now. Be here for me in the present. That is all I ask. And yeah, so that was that. And I'm getting deep on my own. Get sat here getting deep, and there's no one to actually say anything back to me. But yeah, that is how I've been feeling. And it just opened my eyes over the weekend, and I was like, no, I am. really be an adult about this. Like, I don't really care that you wasn't here for that. And she was, no, you should. And I was like, no, just as long as we have connected now, I am happy, happy, happy. You know me and my happiness. And then so this week of watching stuff, where did I start? Oh, that's where I started. You know how I told you about Gangs of London? Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Gangs of London is a television show to be watched. I think the acting in that is superb. Like, although it is obviously it is a fabricated story because I said if you're there in Greenwich and I hear gunshot, gunshot, do you know what I mean? We'll be living in fear, in absolute fear. Because, yeah, I was like, some of this is far fetched, but yeah, the way these people get mashed up, the way people betrayal people, like, I just tell everyone, watch the thing. Like, it's just really good acting because actually comparing it and actually seeing people's opinion on Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black, which is the acting is questionable. It very much is. And I was watching Beauty in Black and Gangs of London both at the same time, and it just made it so much more apparent to me. Like, it's lovely what Tyler has written and the stuff that goes on, and seeing a black family portrayed at such a higher class is really nice to see. But like the acting and the writing and the choices they make in Gangs of London is just something to be watched. But what did I write about it? So I said Gangs of London, something else. How are the shitting? Oh, how are maybe shooting? Yeah, I said how are they shooting up on the government streets? Elliot, who is the main character in it, I said Elliot is something, some kind of action man because I don't understand. My guy just in never dead in. He's in. Yeah, he is some kind of action, but it defeats the object if he does die because yeah, the thing done. But my guy is here, there, everywhere, just moving out of the way. He has been battered and bruised and shot right here, just by heart here, blamps. And I said, my guy should be dead by now. Like, people who should be dead are just not dying. That's what I written as well. So they're just not dying. The best acting in a long time. And that is what I've written down. Because I like to write down for you lot as well, but I like to write down what's happening when I'm watching the things, even though some stuff I don't have my phone, but majority of the time I say no, don't pick up the phone. Don't. I literally lay there and I'm like, don't pick up the phone, 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 and then oh, the phone there in my hand. I said, but you know, some stuff have breaks in them. Like, yeah, because I've been watching it on Sky, so there is breaks in them. And I said, don't pick up the phone. And next minute, I'm picking up phone. But yeah, off topic again. So like the next thing I watched was Gen V, which season two, yeah, like, I like all those kind of Marvel stuff and all that. I don't think this one is Marvel actually. I can't quite remember what it is, but it's that kind of superhuman things. But it's just yeah, it's just what it is. It's just something light to watch. And the guy who passed away, I didn't catch his name actually. Um, I've forgotten his name. Sorry, I shouldn't lie. I've forgotten his name. And they do pay respect to him, and it's lovely. And his dad is tearing up, and everything like it's crazy. So to watch that, it's one of those ones. It's on season two now. I think there's like 3 episodes that came out on the premiere. So give it a little watch. I would give that a 6, well 7. Just it's something cute to have on in the background. But Gangs of London, I would give that a good strong 8, 9 actually. Like just watch the thing. Yeah. The next thing I watched was well I started and I've actually finished now. The Girlfriend. When I mean The Girlfriend is good, what is going on with Cherry and Laura? People need to watch The Girlfriend. It's on Prime. This is a 9 out of 10 actually. For me, the believableness that Cherry and the son have, forgotten the son's name already, and I just finished it yesterday. And the son have you actually feel like they are falling in love. You literally do feel like they're falling in love, and you feel like she is falling in love as well. But then there's such underlying things, and the look she gives. So the way they do it is they show it from both ladies' point of view. So for them to get to where they get to, basically, I don't want to give anything away. For them to get to where they get to and what's happened there, they show Cherry's part of the thing, and then it will be like Laura's part of the thing. But a mother's intuition is never wrong. That's what I got from this program. It is never wrong, and I don't want to spoil what actually happens. Oh, but I said, wow, we need a season two. But I'm like, could there be a season two? Not giving anything away because yeah, it was just so good. I said, she is crazy, Cherry. And then the mother's just as crazy as well. But like I said, it is the mother's intuition. Like it was strong, and like no one trusted her or listened to her. The husband said, no, 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 no. The way the twists and turns, and it was good. It was really good. And then she is thrown into, what is this that I said here? I said, she is thrown into all these spots that could kill her. Oh, that's what I mean with Cherry. Yeah, because I said, why is this girl? 1 minute she there out in the sea, my girl can't swim. Next minute she climbing wall, my girl can't climb. Like she's flung into these situations where she could be killed, but for some reason she gets herself out of these situations. And I said, well, Cherry, you is the cherry on the top. Sorry, making my own self laugh, you know. Yeah, you got to find yourself entertaining somehow. But yeah, I said you are the cherry on the top. And the girl who played her, oh God, I can't remember her name as well now. But she, hey, she ate that part. She's gorgeous. Her little English accent, darling. The way, yes, the girlfriend. You need to watch the girlfriend. Yeah, and in that actually, there was thing. I laid there. You know when you hear something wrong, and then I said, why? She said, the fuck all. I said, the fuck all, the fuck all. I sat there. I sat there. Why did the woman say difficult? And this is what I mean. I was here by myself and a big out laugh. This is me. Marcus, she done stupid. How are you gonna difficult? I said, why is she saying difficult? No, difficult. Difficult. Maybe she wasn't articulating right, but it sounded like that. I said, what passing? Big laughing with myself. You can see I enjoy myself by myself. Yeah, and then the last thing here I have written down is something actually what happened to me today. So I was on a train. I just I don't know if I have to pinpoint this or if it's something, but it just opened my eye. I was just like, I don't know what is going on the train, but a drunk man would drink in his hand liquor, big brown liquor, just stopped at a mother and a daughter, and he started putting his bags down on all sorts and just watching the daughter. And the mother was like, just leave my daughter alone. Just leave my daughter. Like the conversation had happened before. Because obviously I just got on the train and then this man started walking towards them and went there. And it seemed like it had been going on before, but I don't think it had been. And she was like, someone help, someone help. And then a gentleman there got up and he had daughters as well. I didn't notice that until he got off and he had daughters also. It's just that parent, isn't it? He got up and said, mate, just please leave. Leave now, leave. And the guy stood there for a long while and the daughter started crying. Like, I would say the daughter was about 17, but like started crying and he eventually did leave. And then the mother consoled the daughter and stuff like that. But I just said, wow, you really do have to be careful on these streets. Like, why are you stopping and watching the door? Your chest is like hot. I don't even know what it was. It was crazy, but it just opened my eyes. It's not safe on these streets because you don't know what that man could do because he's got the liquor in his system. He could have done everything and anything. And do you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that that other guy was there and he could like squash the situation immediately. So that was just a good thing. And it just, oh, yeah, one of those things. It just really got me. But I am going to wrap it up there, guys, because I'm not going to do any news. I'm going to save everything until next week. I've had a busy, well, I'm filming this actually the day before this goes out. So I have actually had a busy 2 days already trying to squeeze in a pod just so you lot get something to listen to. And next week, there is going to be so much because I have not sat down. And one of the things I said to myself today, I said, it's so hard when you make yourself busy. Like, like this is me making myself busy. It's not no one like having a boss telling me, oh, you must. Do you know what I mean? It's different. So if I'm in a show and you have to go to rehearsals, and that's a different kind of busy where I've actually made myself extremely busy from down to meetings, down to I've started walking a dog this week as well. Like, and then I am doing other work as well with casting and I am meeting people. And then I have got my operation, well, not operation. So I am going to be having I want to say acupuncture then, not acupuncture. I'm having an epidural, which I do want to talk about that with everyone. So I will document a little bit of it and put it on my socials so people can Google it, or do you know what I mean? Like look it up on TikTok and see, oh, blah, blah, blah. This is what I went through. Oh, it hurt or it didn't hurt, or what are the effects? Because you read stuff online and you're like, right, I see X, Y, and Z, and it says, oh, you only need to have the 1 day off and then you can carry on with stuff. But I think it's not exactly the same as having an epidural when you have a baby. Although an epidural does numb you from the waist down, I think this is more of a steroid injection, but it goes straight into your spine. Afraid as puss, because you've got to lay still. What if next minute, clunks, the needle break, or mum, don't let that happen to me. Do you know what I mean? Universe, just let me come off the table good. But yeah, I will let you lot know how that goes. I'm going away at the weekend as well. So it's just been a busy, 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 busy week of things. And then I go away again the next week after. But yeah, I am just rambling on. I hope everyone has a lovely week and you will catch us next week, Wednesday. Stay safe. Wrap it up. Bye. Hi guys, don't forget to subscribe.
And you can find us on Instagram at you_remind me.
Also, don't forget to DM us. We'll always get back to you.
Speak to you soon.
Love ya.